What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. All right, today we're mixing it up just a little bit. We got two dirt bikes. This is a Baja Dirt Runner 50 or 90, I'm not sure, but I'm almost thinking it's the 50. And we have this little SSR 72cc scooter. I believe it may be a 50. Gotta say, I don't know. All right, guys, check it out. Well, this bike here was given to me by a neighbor. Flagged me down on the way out one day and said, hey, you want a dirt bike? I give it to you. And I was like, okay. So here it is, guys. This thing has been sitting for a while. I don't know how long, but judging by the deterioration of the seat, at least maybe a good 5-6 years. But you know, because any longer than that, then it wouldn't be any foam left. But yeah, check it out, guys. Now the flarings on it is broken. This side cover here does not belong to this bike. It belongs to this one. I just want to make sure it fits so I can order one for this bike because it didn't come with one. Now our back tire is in pretty good condition. Still has air in it. It's a Michelin brand. Now we are missing the chain on this bike. But I got a new one, so don't worry. Now you can tell it's been hitting some stuff because this whole little footrest here is broken. I mean, we're gonna have to fix that. All right, now the gas tank, I haven't even looked inside, so let's take a peek. And it is clean in there, super clean. So cool beans on that one. All right, we got a carburetor. Yep, and it's dirty, and the slide is not inside of it. So yep, look like we're going to be pulling a carburetor today. And a front tire, guys, unfortunately it has seen better days. It is flat, dry rotted. I did try to put a little air in it and the tube is bad, so we're actually waiting on a brand new tire and tube. So as soon as that come in, we're going to put that on. And on this side, I mean, everything looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. That carb is super dirty. And the footrest on this side is bent up. I don't know if that's actually bent, but I think it's because the other side is not bolted, it's messed up. But check out that brake cable. Straight up clothes hanger action. Yeah, so we're gonna have to address the brake issue too. All right, let's check out the little SSR. Now, I do believe I did get this one running. This bike here predates the channel. Now the channel's about a little over a year old. I think I've had this bike almost 2 years. Kind of forgot I even had it until I got this one. But yeah, now I did buy a new carburetor for this thing, put it on, and if memory serves me correct, the fuel petcock was leaking. So yeah, because I think I had a, yeah, I had a windshield washer reservoir that I hung from the bars as a gas tank, and I ran into the car. It's all because the fuel petcock is leaking. And actually, I think I need to order that too. So all right, you see the cover is missing on this one because it's on that one. This does have the chain, and this thing, memory serves me correct, it scooted really well. I swear to God, I'm popular over here today. My phone is just going off. But yeah, guys, so I know this thing runs, but I did notice it had an oil leak, and I bought a whole new gasket kit, waiting on that to come in too. But just now when I moved the bike out of its little spot, I noticed it's leaking. You can see right there it was leaking, and I don't think this thing needs a gasket kit because the oil was coming out of this hole right here. So I noticed the cover only has one hole in the back that was on this engine right here. So the hole that's here on this engine needs a screw in it. So we're gonna put a screw in it and see if this thing leaks once we get it fired back up. But I want to start over here with this one first, guys, because this one here, this is the mystery, you know. I kind of know the status on that one. Also, I got brand new tires for this thing here, brand new rubbers with inner tubes. So all right, let me stop talking, guys, and let's get to work. Okay, gang, got the Baja up on the stand, so let's go over what we got. I got a new chain since this doesn't have one at all, so I got to check and make sure that's the right size. And also I got brand new throttle and grip for the left side, the whole assembly and kill switch. because as you can tell, we kind of need it, you know. That handle's broke off in there. There actually was a handle on here. I don't know where it's at now, but it's gone. Oh yeah, also new throttle cable. Might not need it, but might as well go ahead and put it on since I got it, right? Okay, so I think the first thing I want to do, let's just go ahead and get this seat off, which that ain't hard because it's detached. Now this thing does need a new set of flarings, and unfortunately I cannot find them. So we're just going to take what's left of the flarings off and just redo it with what we got. It's kind of going to have that 70s dirt bike look when we're done. But yeah, get the tank off of this thing. However it comes off, I think, yeah, there's a bolt here. Does it go all the way through? No, so it's two different bolts. Yeah, let me get that off real quick and then we'll look at the rest of the bike. All right, that wasn't bad at all. What, 3 10mm, 4, and everything is laying on the table. Got the nice little mono shock in the middle. Chinese coil. So cool beans, if we need one of those, we got plenty of those. And the slide in the top is out of the carb, and that carb is doste. So I want to go ahead and pull that off. Hopefully we can clean that carb up and I don't have to order anything else, because I'm into this bike for the cost of these couple little parts here. The bike was free, so I got less than 30 bucks in it so far, and I want to keep it that way. I'm gonna tally everything up at the end and let you guys know what I'm actually into it for. So all right, let me find my my impact. Let's unbolt the carburetor. Now, I really don't like the way this thing sits back that way. This air box has seen better days. It is broken, so we're probably not going to go back with this setup. I want to see if I can take the intake off and flip this sucker forward, you know, and just put like a, you know, a foam pod filter, not a pod filter, just a foam filter on it. All right, gang, got the carburetor off, and man, look at that. It is dirt all the way through. So I'm just hoping that dropped down from the top, and that's where it's sitting. And I'm going ahead and just pull the intake off, make sure we don't have dirt down on top of the engine. So yeah, I wasn't gentle with this airbox, guys. It's already dry rotted, it's broken. So, and the foam inside is, yeah, it's splitting and falling apart. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna change all of that out. No big deal, no worries, don't yell at me. But all right, got another number here on top of the engine, same as on the side, 1P39FMB, and that comes out to be a 50 when I look online, but it also has like 70 and 110 and everything in there, but I'm sure it's not a 110. It's probably a 50. Now on the head it says 48CM instead of MM or CC. But I don't know, dude. I don't know nothing about these engine guys. This is like the second one I've ever had in front of me. That's the first one, so whatever. Now I do want to be able to one day take these engines apart, split them, figure out how the gearing goes, but that's down the road. Okay, check it out. I went ahead and pulled the carburetor off of the SSR2. You know, it's been sitting 2 years, and the gas, you can see, is already starting to turn into varnish. So probably a good idea to go ahead and get it cleaned out. Those jets do look clogged up. Now, real quick tip. If you got a carburetor that you're going to pull off a scooter, dirt bike, anything, motorcycle, whatever, you got to pull the bowl, what I like to do is get some penetrating oil, in this case PB Blaster, and just crack the bolts loose and just spray around the bowl and let that soak in. Now what that's going to do is it's kind of going to rehydrate that rubber seal, and it doesn't work all the time, but you might in some cases not break that and maybe, you know, be able to reuse it. So it doesn't work all the time, but just, you know, a little tip, maybe it might work for you. All right, now that PB has been in there for about good 10-15 minutes. So what I like to do, instead of just taking a screwdriver and prying on it, just like to get me a little hammer and give it a little tappy-roo, you know.
Give it a little tappy, tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Tap it all the way around. Now, if you have a stuck float, a couple little taps will help it out too. Alright, I don't know if you noticed, but the sound of it changed. So let's go ahead and take the screws all the way out. Yeah, you can see it split. So there we go. And you know, those little taps too, that'll kind of help you from, you know, breaking that seal too. So what we're trying to do is not have to buy a rebuild kit or a new carb. In some cases I can get a new carb quicker than I can get a rebuild kit. All right, get this last screw out and let's see that we break it. Oh, look at that varnish. Ugh. I wish the camera had smell-o-vision. That smells like straight petroleum and butt. Yeah, look at those jets, man. Completely plugged up. That is just gnarly. All right, gang. Gotta let the ultrasonic cleaner heat up just a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta get the gasket out. Okay, you do not want to put rubber gaskets inside of your ultrasonic cleaner, especially if you're using heat, because they will swell double the size they were.
Moving on, move out the way, gotta get them going. Body slim thick, can't put it on. It's your loss, still putting on. Still putting on for the things that you didn't. Still making moves, know you wish you could diss me. Still blow a bag, go and cop me a Bentley. Know you regretting the way that you did me. Life is so sweet, though. Life is like candy, he wanna grab me, but he can't have me. I'm in your city, though. Don't want you back, I'm making you stand on that. It's cool how you gave.
All right, while the ultrasonic cleaner's in there doing this thing, I'm gonna run to get some fuel, and we're gonna put a little bit of fuel in this tank and see if this petcock is leaking.
But love them where you at, that's the true art of living. Stop grasping, let it go. And I got stress crashing on my couch.
I swear you can't make this stuff up, man. I just left the gas station getting gas for the little dirt bikes, and I run out of gas on the way back in the Derby from getting gas for the other bikes. But luckily I got gas, right? All right, put just enough in to get me to the house, so let's see if this thing start right back up. I doubt it. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get back to the house and stop playing around. Is he running out of gas? To go get gas. Oh well, okay. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of fuel in this tank and let's see if it leaks. Oh, I think I got lucky. This thing does not leak, man. So cool beans, cool beans. Now I do have all brand new fuel line that I'm going to be putting on here. So let's see how the carburetor came out in the ultrasonic cleaner. All right, just pulled the carb out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and guys, I think it's time for me to get rid of that old pine saw, because it didn't clean as good as it usually does, but it's cleaner. That choke is still a little crunchy sounding, but I got some brake clean, guys. We're going to clean it all up and get it back together. So yeah, you can look in the bowl. I mean, the slurry is loose, but it's still there. But the jets look good. Can I blow through it? Sorta. How about the main jet in the emulsion tube? Oh, not at all. All right, so verdict is you can't keep using pine saw time and time again. You're actually going to have to go and spend some money and get some more. But all right, guys, let me clean this carb up a little bit and bang it back together. All right, got the carb back on real quick. I'm going to put the throttle cable on in the new throttle handle gear, what do you call that thing? But I think before we do all that, we need to check the spark. And while I'm checking for spark, might as well pull the spark plug out and check it too. Man, check that plug out, man. All the way down the threads is oil. So looks like it was running rich. So all right, now this is a LG spark plug. Never ever heard of that. So I'm gonna see if I got something else that'll fit in here, maybe an NGK, or just clean this one up and put it back in. All right, gang, I got my spark plug strapped over here on the head with some vice grips. Got the kill switch on, so let's see if we got any spark. I don't know if I mentioned, but this engine is free, so let's go ahead and kick it. Yeah, I don't see Nathan. I don't know if that's on or off. Let me try it there. I don't think we got spark, guys. Let me play with this for a minute. It may just be me trying to do it with my hand. Maybe I'm not getting enough revolutions, but I'm not seeing anything. This thing is kind of tippy too, so. Well, flip the switch the other way. Try one more again and then we'll stop. Nope. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to check the stator, kill switch, all that crap, so I'll be right back. All right, check it out, we got spark. Now all I did was disconnect the kill switch that's on the bike originally. You learn how to talk anyway. But I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but we got spark. I know you can't see it, but yes, we do have spark. So all right, I got this NGK plug. I cleaned it up, and I'm going to go ahead and just slide this in here and put the new throttle cable on, the new kill switch on, and let's just see, can we get this thing to fire up. All right, gang, carb is all cinched up and put back together. Got the fuel tank on. I've already let a little bit of fuel flow into the bowl, enough to, I hope, to fill it up, and it does not appear to be leaking. So I guess we can get over here and try to kick this thing off. I'm just gonna go ahead and just shut it off in case we have a problem. No, we don't want to burn down the shed. So all right, switch is on. Let's see if I can get enough hand kick to start this thing off. Probably wouldn't hurt to put the spark plug back on either. All right, let's go. Let's try it. Ooh, compression. Let's put the choke on. All right, choke's on. Man, she fired right, oh, well, not right up, but it fired. Okay, well, maybe I should have took the choke off. All right, let's see, can I do that with the hand one more time? And I'm telling you, it is not easy. This thing has compression. You can feel it. So let's try it one more again. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to let it down and do it by foot. And yes, we do have an exhaust leak. Got a stud broke here. So definitely going to have to address that too. All right, guys, well, I decided to go ahead and get this broken exhaust stud out of there. So before we try to crank it again, had enough meat on it to grab it with the vice grip. So man, that was cool beans. So now I'm just going to find another bolt, looks like M6, and try to get this thing bolted back up. Then we're going to kick it over again. All right, check it out. Got the exhaust all fixed up. I actually put one of those little crush washers for the exhaust up in there. So now let's go ahead and drop this thing back down and let's try to start it again. All right, let's pray I don't bang my shin up trying to start this thing. Let's go. It tried to go. See if we can kick it off one more time. Let's choke it up again. I had to choke on and it started bogging down immediately. So and that's crazy. It fire up, goes for a minute, and then just kind of just dives back down real bad. I'm starting to think maybe I didn't get the jets clean good as I thought I did. So let's just pull the plug one more time. And it's saturated. So what that means to me is that when we choke it down, it's pulling the fuel out the main jet, and it's really not getting much from the pilot jet. So I'm gonna pull the cart back off, look at those jets again, and I guess just do it all over again. Well, pilot jet is exactly what it was, guys. I mean, I blew through it and I ran a wire through it, so maybe I just didn't get the carb as clean as I thought I did. But yep, that's our problem. Can't blow, can't see daylight, nothing. So all right, let me go back to the drawing board and clean this jet up and try to get this car back on and make this thing run before the sun go down. All right, gang, got it cleaned out again. I've done this before, but you can see it spraying. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep playing with it for a minute. Might just throw it back in the ultrasonic. I don't have any jets that's this small. You know, the problem is the taper here on the bottom. It's way too small. I don't have anything that small, so I don't know if I can't get it clean. I guess I'm just going to have to order a carburetor because it's cheaper to get a new one in than wait for another one. So anyway, let me try to get it clean. Well, gang, you know that ultra rare, well, not rare, but unique jet that I was just cleaning, and I was just getting it clean. Well, I blew a little air through it, and for some reason my grip let loose. It bounced off my little battery charger on the stool there, hit the Vino, went that way, and I don't know where it's at. I just spent the last 10-15 minutes looking for it, and dude, I mean, I literally, my eyes followed it from there to there, and you assume it went this way, but it could have went back that way, but I can't find it. So, well, I guess I'm gonna be using the carb off of the little bike for right now. All right, there it is there, guys. I got the carb from the other scooter on, and this is a freaking 19 millimeter. The other carb is a 20 millimeter. So, yeah. Cost a little bit more than this one did. So, all right, no big deal. I'm just gonna wait until the sun come up tomorrow when I'm less frustrated and see if I can find it. And oh my God, this thing is leaking. Are you serious? Oh. Well, all right, gang, this must be my rookie day, because I've been making every rookie mistake in the book today. Talk about frustrated. All right, the carburetor was leaking because I didn't put the float or the float plunger back in. So yeah, all right, guys, well, it's on now. It's not leaking. I cleaned up all the mess, so I waited a few minutes to try to let everything dissipate. So let's try to crank this thing up one more again. This brand new kill switch, because when it's plugged up in on or off position, it's no bueno. So all right, see, I got it unplugged right here. So kick this thing off, please run. Oh, and it's not even choked. Sounds good. I did check the oil. It's full of oil, and it doesn't look too old. I'm just gonna let it run for a second. Not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch it. But it does sound good. I do hear a little bit of a noise. Is it in gear? Oh yeah, I can see the gear in there spinning. So. not even know what the gear pattern is on this thing. All right, been running for what, a minute now? See, can we rev it a little bit? Oh yeah. Alright, now how am I going to shut it off? Because my kill switch ain't working. I guess we unplugged the stator. Alright, well that worked. Alright guys, man, you talk about frustrating day to day, man. Me losing the jet to this carburetor and then finding out it was a 20 millimeter. Oh man, yeah, that blows. So I'm going to get up in the morning, early in the morning, and just start looking. You know, I know the direction it went. You know, I just can't find it. You know, yeah, I don't understand, dudes. I mean, everything was going fine until I lost that jet, and then everything started going bad. So, all right. Well, you know, I know when to call it quits, so I'm just going to shut it down for today. We'll come back here in the morning, and since we know this carburetor is clean now, and I'm going to have to wait, let's just go ahead and take the carb from here and put it on the little bike. See, if I put a bolt in that hole, will that stop the oil leak? And we'll take a ride on the little bike tomorrow. That's the plan. All right, gang, it's the next morning, and I was out there looking for that pilot jet that we lost from this carb, but hey, I guess when it left my hand, it yeeted itself right out the matrix. All right, gang, I went and bit the bullet and just went and ordered a 20 millimeter carb to go on this bike. So I'm going to take this carb back off and get it back on the SSR outside. But right now, I want to just go ahead and take the new chain and put it on. All right, well, the chain is on. I mean, that wasn't so bad, man. I mean, I'm glad I coughed up the extra $2 to get the chain that had the chain breaker, man. That was effortless. I mean, back in the day, you know, we get the center punch and the hammer and get the whacking at it, but, you know, didn't have to. But I pulled them out anyway, just in case, because I didn't understand it at first. But all right, now to just, I guess, chuck all of this into a bag, stick it in a drawer, and I probably won't never see this again for another 10-15 years. I know I forgot to mention yesterday that I took this whole foot peg assembly off. You know, it was bent back because they hit something hard, because they even broke off the little lever for the gear shifter. And I beat this thing like it owed me money. It's not 100% where I think it should be, but it's a whole lot better. Okay, I think the next thing I'm going to do is fix the shifter. Probably just drill a hole through it and stick a bolt in it. All right, check it out. I got the front of the seat done. I went ahead and took all the dry rotted vinyl off. Well, to make the seat work in the front, I just put this little strap on here so it'll hook right into that little spot. I think it originally hooked into here, but now it just hooks right into there, and it's really snug. So yeah, that's there, not going anywhere. So I'm trying to figure out the back, and I found this little piece here from that knockoff Honda Joker. I swear, every video I'm telling you I'm using something from that parts bike, that Honda Joker. So what I want to do, guys, obviously I'm not going to do that. That's horrible. But what I want to do is I want to have this little handle piece here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I want to have this come out the back of the seat. I think this is going to work. Let's grab the seat cover or the foam. Let's put the foam up there. See how that's going to. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. You feel that? Kid, please. You're gonna make my soul into Swiss cheese. Nah. Yo, when the world feels dreary and cold and people trying to shoot holes in your ethereal soul, acting nasty like some bacterial mold. Whatever happens, let it go and people flapping their gums. It's hard to listen when you feel them all.
All right, gang, check it out, man. There it is there. I mean, it looks great. You know, you guys know I am not a professional welder, but I am a professional grinder. So, yeah. But for what it is, man, this looks pretty good. Hey guys, waste not, want not, but that's perfect. I mean, now the seat is on. Okay, I made a decision. I decided let's just finish off all the little piddly things I can do on the bike before we move to the other bike. I want to get the brake done. So since I don't have the rod or cable or whatever that came from here, I do have this rod that I use for the fender of Chuck Bagger. Okay, check it out. Got the rod bent. Now I don't know how strong this thing is going to be, so what I'm going to do is like weld some washers or something on the corners where it's bent at, so you know when you're stepping on the brake it doesn't just pull straight back out. But yeah, I mean, it's lined up. It's going to work pretty good, I think, hopefully. Now I just got to thread that in. All right, the brake rod is on and doesn't appear to flex in the middle or anything, so hopefully that holds up. All right, well, we've reached a good stopping point for the Baja. Got the brake rod on there, and it seems to be pretty strong. And it'll stop the bike. Went ahead and pulled the carburetor off, and as you guys can see, this thing is standing up on its own now because the kickstand for a scooter is the same as this. So all right, got the SSR up on the stand, and you can see where it is leaking. Now I thought that bolt hole right there didn't have a bolt in it, but when I put the cover up there, you can see that bolt hole is lined up with the cover. So maybe it was leaking because it needs some Teflon on it or something, some sealant. I don't know. We're gonna check it out. But all right, first things first, we're gonna put the carburetor back on. And this thing does have some jankiness to it like the other one, but it does have its brake cable. But you can see, guys, it's like this kick forward, it won't spring back. So I'm gonna see, can I adjust on that? It has to go back a little. And oh yeah, the spark plug boot is broken, so I have this metal one here. We got to put on the new kill switch because this one up here is, where is it at? Here it is. Yeah, as you see, it is wired up there with some twine, or looks like copper wire. All right, Amazon is here, guys. The fuel petcock is here for the SSR, and the carb is in for the Baja. But check this out, guys. One of these carbs is not like the other. This is a true 20 millimeter, and it's 20 millimeters deep in there, and you can see where the slide is. It's much bigger, and look at that sucker. And it looks very poorly machined inside, but I don't care. I just need to get something on the bike so it can run, because 9 times out of 10 I'm about to sell these things anyway. So let's get this fuel petcock on, get it on the SSR, and see if we got an oil leak still. All right, guys, got the new fuel petcock on and no leaks, man. I got fuel in the fuel filter now, so hopefully there's fuel in the bowl. I went ahead and put some more oil in this thing since it was out. So let's try to kick this thing over and let's see if it's gonna run, man. All right, there's no on switch on this thing, I don't think. All right, let's just try to hand kick it. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not surprised. I know this thing runs. Can we give it a little bit of redness? All right, hit the kill switch. All right. right, man, success on this one. Okay, now I already went and put the carburetor on the Baja too, so let's kick the Baja and see will it start and see will it run better than it did before. Alrighty. Oh yeah, buddy. Man, I wish we had that tire right now. I know what the little one runs like. I want to see what this one runs like. All right, well, let's put the plastic back on the little one and let's take it out down the street for a sec. All right, gang, got the mini SSR out in the back alley for a little test run. This thing does not have any brakes at all. I totally forgot about that part. But all right, guys, let's get on this little thing and let's take a rip. Who's ready for some back alley cruising? I know I am. All right. Good thing we got gears to slow us down, because the brakes don't work at all. Guys, there's no way in God's earth this thing is for kids. I mean, this thing is a certified little ripper. No way it's a 50cc either. Now it says 72 on the head, so that might be 72 cc's. I don't know, but unfortunately this thing is still leaking, and now I can see where it's leaking from because it's coming from this outer case here. So hopefully that's all I got to pull off. It's just this side, and we'll replace that gasket and ship it on down the road. I mean, but ain't no way in heck this is for a kid. Well, guys, the parts are in. Got a brand new tire. This is a 2.5 14, and got a brand new inner tube, and we got the engine gasket kit for the small bike, the SSR. So I went ahead and cut the old tire off, literally, and cleaned up the inside the rim. They do not have that the rubber strip that goes inside the rim, so we're just gonna go old school and use electrical tape.
One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the serve. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise. You know, I always stand on business, always been relentless. Know the trousers new and the shirt vintage. Living free of drama, still finding ways to make my own problems, chasing progress.
All right, gang, got the front tire on, and it's looking really good for a cheap Amazon tire. You know, you can see the injection mold where they just kind of left it on there like, oh well, I guess it'll roll off. But yeah, guys, you did see me put this all-purpose flour inside of the tire. That's to keep the tube from chafing. Now you really want to use baby powder, talcum powder, you know, that works better, but I ain't got none. But yeah, you did see me dump way too much in there, like I was trying to smuggle something across the border or something. All right, guys, I forgot to mention, over the week I went ahead and recovered the seat, and this one wasn't so bad. I just put a little felt over top of the old seat cover and stretched it out. I only got 2 places where I had to fold it. And I also went and done the one for the SSR. Now that one came out perfect, you know. Look at that. Didn't come out bad at all. Getting it better at that, I think. All right, let's get this thing off the stand and go take it for a test ride. Okay, gang, we over here in the alley, and I must say, man, this thing runs great. It does smoke a little bit, but it has been sitting for Lord knows how long, so I'm just gonna run it and see what it runs like, you know. All right, let's get right at it. I mean, she sounds great. All right, let's go. All right, gang, that was a great little run. Took a nice little rip through the desert, up the alleys. Yeah, one thing's for certain, guys, this is a 50. And this one has definitely got to be that 72cc, because, man, the little SSR, it rips way harder than this thing. But, all right, guys. Well, I got them both sitting over here in my pressure wash area because I want to go ahead and clean them up and just, you know, do a little painting here, a little touch up, you know, get them ready to go into a new home. Okay, got the little SSR up on the stand, so we need to go ahead and pull this side of the case so we can get a gasket on. Looks like I got 4 12mm bolts holding this foot peg on, so I need to get that off. And look, 10mm here, and look like a whole bunch of 8s around the perimeter of this. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna leave it right there. If it don't come off, then I'll take it off. But first, let's drain the oil out of this sucker so we don't make a mess.
Shooting faster than a cheetah, harder than a jalapeno.
All right, got that cover off. Wasn't so bad. That's bolt right there in the middle. I'm assuming it has something to do with the clutch. I don't know. Like I say, this is the first of these motors I've ever taken apart, taken anything off of them, done anything to them, period. So all I want to do is replace this gasket for now. So I can see right where the gasket broke, right there. And that's pretty much where it was leaking from. So look at the same spot on the case, which is right about there. And you see, yeah, a piece of the gasket pushed out because it's not there. And it's not there. So that was the gist of our oil leak, guys. So I'm just gonna pull this off, clean it up, slap the new one on, slap it back together, and put some oil in it. Okay, gang, got the side cover back on. I gotta go run to the parts store and get some oil because I'm fresh out. I put the last bit in here to go spill it out all over the street when we did our test drive. All right, but check this out, guys. Don't you just love when people just don't do any prep work at all? All right, check this out, man. No prep work. They didn't sand it at all. So I think paint removal is going to be pretty easy. Now, I've already started on these other panels. I'm not going to go full ham sandwich and try to get in every nook and cranny. I'm just going to feather the edges out and spray this thing back red, you know. Okay, gang, check them out. Both the bikes are 98.9% finished. I still got some things that I need to do to the bikes, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm done for right now. All right, guys, check it out. Look at the Baja, man. Now I still need to cut that little flap that the old air box is bolted to, so I can go ahead and put on the new L filter. Yes, I know pod filters suck, but hey, that's what I got. That's what's going on it. And I still need to go ahead and order the side cover too, because it's not going to be here for about another 3 to 4 days, but it's all good. Check out the little SSR, guys. Now I think it came out really great, especially both of the seats. The seats on both of them came out good. This one I had 2 little areas I had to fold, but you know, cool beans, no big deal. Now the little rack in the back for the hand, I like that. I mean, I didn't know any other way to be able to make that seat stable, and I think that worked out great. But yeah, the paint on the SSR came out really well. I mean, it looks better than it did before, right? You know, I don't think you're gonna be able to blow this paint off with the air gun. You know, I prepped it somewhat good. I'm not gonna say perfect, somewhat good. But yeah, guys, this thing doesn't leak. So that side case was the only part that was leaking, and I'm happy about that because I really didn't want to dig into this case any deeper. But yeah, looks great, guys. All right, like I don't know if I mentioned, but I still do need tires. But okay, let's crank these things up real quick. Now this one I need to idle up a little bit more. It's kind of low. But yeah, it sounds great. Let's crank up the Baja. Now this switch is just like the switch on the Derby there. Off is on and is off. So if I turn it off, it's on. Now this thing runs even better. It starts up better than the SSR. But yeah, guys, it sounds great too. All right, let's shut those off. Now, I want to appreciate everybody that made it to this point in the video. Let me show you guys what we got coming up next. All right, here's the next project on the stand, guys. This is a 2012 Kymco Super 8. This is a 4-stroke. I wish it was the 2-stroke, but it's a 4-stroke. Now, this bike here is pretty much just going to be a parts bike for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing about this bike, the engine is locked up tighter than R. Kelly right now. So it's probably going to need a new top end, you know, but I'm going to tear into it, look at it first. I do have a used top end that I think I can use, so we'll just go ahead and just try to get this thing running in the next video. But all right, guys, so this is our next project, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode of Scooter Rehab. And I really appreciate you watching.